introduce yourselves?
Yeah, sure. I'm Chris Kovac, and
yep, I'm Nick Case.
And we're here with DC Cheap to answer any questions that you might have regarding to equipment replacement when it comes to HVAC work in your home. So Dustin, if you want to fire away with some questions.
Sure, yeah. So one of the questions we have has to do with what is SEER rating versus tonnage? So Nick, do you maybe want to start with that one?
Yeah, that's one of the most common questions we get. Basically, tonnage is the size of the system, the amount of cooling BTUs or heating system as well. SEER rating is more about the actual efficiency. So I always equate it to the tonnage is the horsepower of the car. The SEER rating is the gas mileage of the car. So basically, the higher the SEER rating, the better gas mileage you have, the less it costs to run whenever you're cool. You have anything else to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I just think, SEER rating is a direct correlation as to how much it costs you to operate that system, whereas tonnage is the size that your home needs. So necessarily SEER rating, it doesn't matter the size of the home. It just pertains to how much it costs to operate that HVAC equipment.
Exactly. How much money do you want to save on your electrical every month?
There you go.
Well, good. And our next question had to do with what is variable speed and what is two-stage, and how does that benefit me as a homeowner, and maybe why I would want it.
Okay. So do you want me to answer that one?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right, sure thing. So let's start with two-stage. So two-stage air conditioning, basically the way it works, or two-stage furnaces, that we have both. Two-stage furnaces are the easiest to describe. When your thermostat drops 1 degree in its winter time, say it's a mild day, and it drops 1 degree, you don't need 80 or 90,000 BTUs of gas just to heat that level up 1 degree. So what the two-stage gas models do is they turn on at 60% gas consumption, and 9 times out of 10 on a mild day, it's going to heat that house up that degree and then turn back off. So when that happens, you save 40% in gas consumption. Same thing on the AC side, the multi-stage ACs. In Georgia, we have a little warmer climate. So what the two-stage do is on mild days, they'll turn on at 60% power consumption, and then they'll turn back off. So you save 40% in power consumption. Now on the hot days, what it's gonna do is that first stage will run for a certain amount of time, and then it will kick into second stage. And that first stage is basically a dehumidification cycle to help remove more humidity out of the home, which, as we know, if you live in Georgia, that's half the battle. The more humidity removed, the more comfortable you feel. Nick, would you like to add anything to that?
Yeah, that's spot on with the two-stage systems. Basically, the easy way, you're not using any energy you don't need. So unless you need 100% of the capacity, it's not going to come on at 100%. So that means you're not paying for something you don't need. And one of the biggest benefits we notice is the increased comfort level that comes with that, because you're doing a more gradual cooling or gradual heating throughout the space. So you're not getting that big burst of cold air or big burst of hot air and then off. You're getting that more even temperature throughout the space. And that's where that variable speed comes in as well when you pair with that two-stage. The best way to describe the variable speed, I think, is a light switch. Where you have a single stage system like most homes do with new construction builds. That's the light switch that turns on and then turns off. So your light comes on at 100% and then off when you turn it off. The variable speed is more like a dimmer switch. So you don't come on at full force. You can have it go into the lower increments until it gets to that 100% if that's what you need, or they bring it back down. So that's how I relate with that variable speed.
That's a great metaphor. The dimmer switch makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The one thing I will add to that is the benefit of variable speed also is that it's able to remove more humidity as well.
Absolutely.
By able to control that speed of that blower motor.
Absolutely.
And also on really hot days, it can ramp up even past the existing tonnage that it currently is. So it has a little extra power if you need it.
Exactly.
Very good, very good. Our next one comes from things about the duct system, so maybe relating to duct cleaning, or does it make sense to invest in duct system improvements, or should I put the money I'm going to invest in a system towards just the more efficient, higher SEER rating stuff? Okay. So Nick, do you want to maybe start on that one?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the answer to that question is they're both very important. Because it is important for you to not be spending money that you shouldn't be to cool or heat your house. So high efficient systems are important to get that utility bill down, but the duct system is equally important, because if you decide to invest in a very high-end system, a high efficiency system, multi-stage like we just talked about, variable speed, you're not getting the full benefits out of it, and you're not actually getting that full efficiency value if your duct system is extremely leaky, restricted, undersized, or dirty. Your system is working harder, so you're not really getting the full benefit out of that system. So it's important to look at duct design, duct condition, and how leaky they are when we're talking about going to a high efficient system, so you get what you're paying for.
Correct. Yeah, I think just to top on that is you can have the most efficient system on the market, but if you're only delivering half of that efficiency to your home because you're losing it in your attics or your walls or your basement, then it's not a very efficient system. So you want to make sure that duct system is not restricted and it's sealed properly.
Correct.
And Chris and both of you maybe take a chance to answer this. How does one of the things we do that's different with Aeroseal, how does that really work? And is that something that a homeowner should look at, or maybe cleaning the system?
Okay, well, Aeroseal is a process that we do that basically guarantees that we're going to seal your duct system down to less than 5% leakage, and I can explain the process of it. So basically what we do is we go around your home and we take down all your registers where the air blows out. We put in solid foam blocks in the ducts. And then we go back to the attic and we put 2,000 CFMs of positive pressure on that duct system. However, since there's blocks in all the registers, there's nowhere for that 2,000 CFMs of air to go. So what happens is the only place that air exits is through the leakage. And then we run this all through a computer software program, and we actually vaporize a glue consistency that goes through the duct system. Now, it doesn't coat the inside of the duct because it only adheres to low pressure spots. So as it starts exiting the duct, the glue starts sealing. And as we're watching this on the computer diagram, basically it starts sealing it down, and we guarantee 5% leakage because after we get past that, the positive pressure starts blowing our foam blocks out. And of course, we do have to clean the duct system prior to sealing it, just to make sure that the glue passes through the duct system and doesn't stick to any of the debris in there.
And Nick, maybe is there anything you want to add that has to do with, I know there's a ton of indoor air quality products and things we use, how Aeroseal maybe affects that, or just air quality products in general, things customers should think about?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I know a lot of times when we're talking about replacement, we're talking about improvements in the home, it always comes down to, what am I going to save with my utility bill? But the fact is we want to make you more comfortable and more safe in your home as well. And Aeroseal really does a great job of that, because when you have a duct system that's leaky, it's not just leaky on the supply side, meaning the air that's blowing out into the home, but also on the return side where the unit's pulling air in. So you have these ducts that are going through an attic that's full of fiberglass insulation and all sorts of other construction material up there. That's all going straight into your airstream if you have a leaky duct. And then also on the supply side, you start losing airflow, cold air in the summertime up in your attic. That can produce condensation, and then you start having things grow in the system, a lot of microbial growth from that. So when you seal the duct system up, it allows for a lot cleaner and healthier home.
Very good. And are there any products in particular, air quality wise, outside of that? Like, we hear about UV lights and humidifiers or better filters. Like, what are some things maybe customers should think about relating to those things? Chris and Nick both.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's a wide array of indoor air quality options that we offer. One being a polarized filter, which guarantees 99.9% anything that passes through it gets killed. Or we have hydromolecular air ionization systems, which once again can kill viruses, mold, mildew, spores, things of that nature. And obviously all those will, when your AC runs, it's stuck in a damp, dark climate, so all those are susceptible to growing microbial growth. So any of our indoor air quality products can help alleviate that, but also prevent allergies and help with not having a sick home, if you will, for cleaner air inside the home.
Absolutely. It's important to keep in mind that we're talking about air conditioning, not just air cooling, and that's all part of the things that help with that.
Very good. All right, and one of the other things people tend to ask a lot is, what could they expect on the day of installation if DC Cheap was coming in to do the project or the job they decided to go with? Nick, do you want to start off?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, if you're watching this video, chances are you've already met with us. We've talked about some of the things, and you may have already met with some of our service or maintenance technicians as well. So you know the kind of service that we demand, the kind of professionalism that we demand from our employees and that we provide. and you can expect the same thing on the day of installation. We always let you know who's going to be coming to your home, how many people are coming to your home. Right now, with everything going on in the world, you know, it's concentrated on the PPE that we wear. We're all wearing face masks and shoe covers, everything. When we come in to do the installation, we want to make sure that we leave your home better than it was when we got there, you know, more comfortable, everything. But we come in, we have our shoe covers on, our guys are professional, they explain what we're going to be doing that day. They call on the way before they get there. Then they lay out drop cloths, make sure that we're not going to get anything on the floor. Get to the workspace and start disassembling and then start on the actual installation of it. And make sure that we clean up our mess and we prevent any kind of damage to the home with our drop cloths and our procedures there.
Yeah, and I think one of the also things that differs with us from other companies is how we end the installation. I know the question was how we start the installation with drop cloths and PPE and all that, but I think the very important part is walking you through. A lot of our systems come with Wi-Fi thermostats, walking you through how to operate it, walking you through where your filters are replaced, walking you through how to set it up on your Wi-Fi, and just going through and making sure that y'all understand every aspect of what we have accomplished that day prior to taking final payment, and to make sure that you're happy with everything.
Absolutely.
And just kind of summing all that up, those are all great things to think about, and hopefully that really helps some homeowners, you know, in making the right decision for them. Is there anything else that you would maybe want to let them know about why it makes the most sense to maybe choose us, or why we would be a good fit for them at DC Cheek and why we're different?
Because we're better. I'm just kidding. You want to say that?
Yeah, that's fine. I think the biggest thing with DC Cheek and what I've found since I've been here for quite a while is how much pride everybody takes in what they do. And that shows from the ladies that you're talking to on the phone to schedule your appointment, you know, your first initial appointment with whether it be a maintenance technician or service tech, and then with the installers, and then following up, is the fact is we're all here to take care of you. And DC Cheek, no matter what, we take care of our customers 100% of the time. And that's a promise that we keep delivering before you purchase equipment from us. Afterwards, maintaining the rest of the systems in your home and maintaining the one that we put in is, you know, and you can count on that we're gonna take care of you. If there's ever an issue, you call, we always answer, and we always come out there and we always make sure that everything's right. That's the most important thing, and that's what we pride ourselves on.
Yep.
Would you like to add to that?
That's perfect.
Okay.
No, I think
Yeah.
that's you nailed it.
Okay, perfect.
All right, guys, thank you. We appreciate it. And please give us a call if you have any other questions, or feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.